Talk about it tonight.
Right. Yo, is it on, D? Finally, it's happening to me. I bet you don't know who that is, Nice.
CC Peniston.
I said Nice. And I can't even believe you know who it is.
But why wouldn't I?
Man,
know
thugs
that?
like
I'm
love
just
too.
trying to,
I play that. I play that kind of music.
My wife be
that's my
sleeping on me
vibe.
though. I come through humming sometimes. She's like, "What you know about that?" I
Bro,
say,
you
"Man,
came through too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're my little PYT. You my little young thing. You know what I'm saying? I've been old school. You know what I mean?
Man, please.
You know what I mean?
I'll be putting him up on game.
Let's go ahead and get to it though. Like we gotta share this. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Why we are late?
because we never that late.
No.
So check it. We've been in prayer, conversation, deliberation about moving the Taylor Talks to a platform where we can grow, have fun, be uninterrupted. We get cut off a lot. We get a lot of messages during our lives that, disrupt our feed. But I think today was the biggest one. We had probably our largest turnout last week. I don't want to do like David did and get in trouble, but tens of thousands tuned in last week. So Facebook completely cut us off, meaning they took away the feature to go live.
Yeah, they was in here struggling, too. He was sweating.
We had to call
Shout out to
Lorena, Gerald. We got everybody on the phone.
It was like, yo, what's going on? But I think, honestly, it's almost like how, and a lot of y'all know, like, how Instagram is now. Like, for example, Instagram has taken away most celebrities' numbers. So I can see my numbers. Like, that Christmas picture did, like, over 1 million. That was crazy to me.
Oh.
But nobody else can see it. And what they want to do is they want to take away the numbers, and then they want to charge you so that everybody can see your numbers. And that's how you know we're getting caught up in, like, this whole social media, you know what I mean? I want everybody to see my numbers, and I'm not, who they think I am if you don't see how many numbers I got. So they know, like, you'll pay for that. And I kind of feel like that's kind of what happened with us. Like, we've been hitting great numbers, but they've been kind of hidden. And then something happened last week where it cut off. We went back on, and then the numbers went up, because I think y'all saw it. The boys was in the back going crazy. I was over here dancing. But I think it was a shocker to all of us, because we take our time out every week, every Tuesday. We don't get paid for this. Sean comes and leaves his family. Derekus comes from being, like, working all day long. And we sit down and we give you what we got, and we do it because we love it. But I think it did shock everybody to see, like, whoa, could we be really doing these numbers? And I don't think they like that.
Right. And so we had already been debating and really considering, but I think today's situation lets us know we have to move. And so you'll probably see, if you're on IG, we're going to provide you with the information. But if you're on Facebook, you see something pinned, and that is text 3737. What is it? 37373. Text hashtag Taylor Talks. Hashtag Taylor Talks. So you can make sure that you get the text messages. We're going to send updates and alerts and be able to provide you with the links and whatnot to be able to follow us over to a platform where we can cook, we can have fun, won't be interrupted, we can vibe, party, and we have a lot of other features and savvy stuff and more behind the scenes stuff, more exclusive stuff with our lives, conversations that we have, following the journey with Baby Taylor. Those things are only going to be available on this platform. So we have been blown by you all's loyalty, the interaction, the faithfulness, and it's our hope and prayer that you'll come over with us on that journey. Our desire on this new platform is to be able to bring in guests, just make it more interactive, make it everything that we believe that it can be. And we've been doing this for a year. You know, we actually been doing Taylor Talk for almost 2 years, but we've been going live for about a year. So it's time for us to move over to a more suitable platform.
I actually think, what time is it?
8:30.
8:30. Dang, I did a dirty Facebook.
But it's okay though.
It's okay though. I honestly think, like, since the topic is like so fun, and I know you put something great together, we can kind of bounce back off of it. But maybe we should just open it up and let, like, the whole room, including Nice and D, kind of, we all just do a little chit chat, since they want to, you know, because I don't want to get into it and then we go over even longer. What do y'all think? I mean, what do you think?
I mean, we got 30 minutes though. I think what we do is we stick to the script. Mm-hmm. This is my opinion. I'm open to it. You know, if we stick to the script, we got 30 minutes. We'll do a hard cut. You know what I'm saying? Round 9, no later than 9:10 or whatever. Leave some Q&A. Let Nice cook his regular schedule. And then we all as a family, man, we be on the lookout for the promotions and the posts and things like that that's going to start to guide us to where we never had this problem again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
What you think, bruh?
Oh, you don't got a mic tonight?
Derek ain't got no mic?
Yeah,
Facebook done messed him up. He ain't got his mic.
You don't have your mic, huh? Nope. Oh, leave it down.
Yeah, I think what Kendall said, yeah.
Yeah.
I second.
I concur. What you say?
Girls in here. I need
You say
some
daddy?
girls in here.
Daddy. Okay, that's it. That's three. But I figured though, but we will keep it open. We're gonna have fun, but we're not gonna let Facebook knock us off from what we intended to do. You know what I'm saying? Because that just make me feel like some of what we have to deliver today is for somebody specifically. You know. But we definitely leaving. So that's a fact. So let's get to it. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy fake faces.
This is the traditional and customary time of the year where we all begin to travel, spend money that could have been allocated toward investments or dissolving debt. We congregate and socialize, hoping to mask our true conditions and feelings under the sacred banner of a holiday, and it happens all across the globe. Holidays are a time where we break away from work, intense schedules and routines, and we allow ourselves to experience a sort of freedom that is incredibly hard to maintain during normal living hours. We hug people tightly with our hearts tucked behind our backs. We exchange gifts with people, not out of generosity and kindness, but as a form of family insurance, so that we're not spoken ill of by other relatives when we are absent. Some of us eat until we are full of Aunt Janet's cooking, but mistakenly drink beyond our tolerance, causing us to unveil family secrets that have been sitting quietly next to grandma's ashes above the fireplace. And speaking of grandmothers, some are blessed, truly blessed, to have a family anchor that is present, who keeps the family glued together and focused on family history and the more important things in life. But for some of us who have lost our matriarch, no one seems to be willing to take on the challenge and the responsibility. So the family begins to slowly separate and go in many different directions, where soon they become nothing more than strangers who share similar facial features. Now, this isn't the case with all families, because some operate in the greatest capacity of Christ's love and perfection. They chip in toward the holiday, and no one comes in empty-handed or leaves empty-hearted. They protect and uphold their customized traditions and truly accept each other for who they are. And that's what a holiday is supposed to represent and provide to families who've honestly spent the other 300-something days putting in the real work and sacrifice that a healthy family is supposed to define. But for all others, holidays are nothing more than a time to suit up and double check that their happy fake faces are secured tightly. Let's talk about it. Queen, as we always state on this platform, we're not professionals, we're not licensed, we're not marital experts. What we do is we share things that we've experienced in our past, that we currently are experiencing, or that we've seen others close to us endure. Just putting that out there. So why do you believe we often see so many fake faces, or even why have you and I had to put on fake faces at times? Whether it's during or outside of the holidays, what is the deal with the happy fake face?
Because, when Christmas comes, it's just, it's an automatic, hey, we all have to get together. We have to give gifts. And everybody puts on fake faces when really you haven't talked to your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle all year long. You still have an out with them. They hurt your feelings or they said something to hurt you, and you haven't come out about it. You haven't called them, talked about it. You haven't went into any counseling or therapy. You've been holding it in, and you're going to Aunt such and such's house because that's me. Sorry about that. You're going to their house because it's just the thing that everybody does. And you're sitting in a room, you're putting on a fake smile, you're having fake conversation, and you're hurting deep down on the inside. And then what happens is we all eat, and then once the drinks start flowing, then the truth starts to come out, and there's probably a fight or an argument that goes on. And you know what happens? We argue, we fight, and we leave mad again, and we don't talk the rest of that year, and we do it the next year. It's almost like that has become a tradition. Right. Let's take out the whole Christmas thing, because we took Christ out, so it's all about Santa Claus. Took Christ out, now we just about the gifts, right? And what we got somebody, and how much it costs, and how many gifts you got somebody. So Christ is gone. There is no righteousness. There's none of that. It's just what you got me for Christmas. So now that is out of the equation, it's just confusion every year. Happy fake faces. I don't like you. I don't talk to you. I always trip out because on holidays, I get messages from people I haven't heard from all year long. Matter of fact, in years. And I'm grateful or thankful that you're in my life. And I don't know how to respond back because I'm to the point in my life where I've been through so much and I have had so many people. Let me just say one thing. It is impossible for a person like myself who had 119 and became a celebrity, it is impossible for me to befriend every person who has sung with me, worked with me, was in my band, styled me, did my hair, still keep up with my cousins. It is impossible for me to call every one of them every day. It is impossible for me to have 1 million friends. I have met so many people. It is impossible. It is not going to work. It can't happen and still have a family and have something for myself. Also, on top of that, going through what I went through with so many fake people using and abusing me at 36 in 2020, soon to be 2021, I'm not the same girl I used to be. I have no time for it. So when you text me on your fake traditional, I'm doing it because everybody's doing it, text, your happy fake face, I see it. And I'm good because that has become the tradition.
Get about 5 seconds and just let that marinate. Soak in the skin. Rub it in like lotion.
But does anybody, you agree?
Oh, I
that's
agree.
Become the tradition?
I wanna take what you did and I wanna flip it 3D. Because when we're kids, we don't see what's really going on. We're focused on our gifts, the food, seeing cousins we hadn't seen in a long time. We're running around, being jovial, not a care in the world. And then we get older, and we start to understand some of the conversations that are taking place. We start to see some things that we can't erase that we know are not right. Then we get a little older, and now we're in those rooms, and we see it for ourselves. We see the unrighteousness. We see the inconsistency. We see the lack of love and compassion. We see the pain, the hurt. So whether we know it or not, we start to go in this self-induced defense mechanism, but we cope for the spirit of the holidays. Then you reach a certain age when you're over it. You're over buying love. You're over being overlooked. You're over the fashion show aspect of it, and some people want to stunt and showcase and make other people feel bad when that has nothing to do with the spirit of the holiday, especially the one that we're approaching right now. He said, I am the son of the Father, but I came to serve. But you don't see hardly any people with a serving spirit during the holidays. And so these fake faces come on because we begin in a place of tenderness and temperance, and then we end up packing all of our stuff and moving across the hall in the room of tolerance. And we tolerate. And if we were honest the other 364 days out the year, then the holiday itself, we would come together and have so much power. The energy might even heal grandma. The energy might heal auntie from her cancer, because we would have such a connection. We'd be so in sync. We could come together in agreement and something would manifest. But that's not what we're focused on. We're focused on putting on the fake happy face, presenting ourselves like our social pages, like everything is okay, everything is good. I'm definitely not going to be the one this year where, they talk about me, so I can't really come to my family for help and honesty and transparency past the potato salad.
The other thing that I feel like we do, especially as black families, is with the happy fake faces, is we lie so much to each other. Like, we can sit down and have a conversation and think it's squashed. We talked. You good? I'm good. I love you. I love you too, man. Man, we should have been. Man, let's just move on.
Dealing with it again next Christmas.
Next year, you bring up the same, and then you be like, you be out there with your cousin like, man, we thought we was done with this. I feel like that, we got to start like really, 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 truly healing ourselves and going to counseling, and really asking God to pull some of that stuff that we have harbored and pushed down so much. It lives in there. It lives in there, and then you become the victim, and victim is like your safe place. You like being the victim. You like being there. When some people in your family members, some of them are healing. Some of them are moving forward, reading books, going to sit with counselors. So it's almost like y'all just keep playing. It's like a juggling game. You know what I mean? So I think this conversation and this topic was very important to me because I've been dealing with it for years. And I'm tired. And I've seen I watch a lot of shows with dealing with families. And when I hear them talking, and I be like, I know exactly what she's talking about. I know exactly how she feels. Because it's getting to a point now where there is no Christ in none of it. We're not out here in the streets, especially during COVID. I just feel like I've seen a lot of mothers and a lot of people like saying, I got to go to the store. I got to get this. I got to get that. And I'm like, man, what I think we're going to do this year, and I didn't lie. If I show you my Christmas tree up under, there are no gifts.
Facts. I wasn't going to put the tree up.
There are no gifts. Because I feel like with everything going on right now, with COVID, I want to be a blessing to somebody else with a meal and some clothes. The streets are getting fuller and fuller and fuller of homeless people. And it breaks my heart. And we're so busy trying to live up to this whole Santa Claus character that Christ is gone and nobody is giving a gift to someone who really needs a gift. And what I mean by that gift, I ain't talking about a pair of Jordans, and I'm talking about like, here's a check to pay your light bill. Here's a check to pay your rent. I just want to be a blessing. This is what Christ did. Let me bless you that way. We're so busy running around trying to buy gifts that we in COVID, right? Last minute gifts out here in COVID, and we buying gifts for people we don't even like because you put on a happy fake face.
Now be clear. Be clear. This ain't a Grinch session. No. This ain't, we're not speaking on behalf of Scrooge and some bah humbug. No. That's not what this is about. What this is about is we have an obligation to do what we can to help ourselves, our family, and anybody who's tuning in to wake up and do the work that we need to do so that the holiday can have the impact that it's really supposed to have, because it's already fake in the first place. And I ain't going to get into all that. But if we're going to come together as a family on some of these holidays that are rooted in things that we really don't really know the truth about, the one thing we can do as a family is come together in integrity and in love and in honor and in respect.
And stop putting on the fake faces.
And stop putting on the fake face. But the work for that comes the previous 364 days. And it's not just holidays. Let's go deeper and touch on relationships.
Okay, you got to do something. Go ahead. We was
Oh,
already
yeah, we
late.
good,
They
nice.
messed
Yeah,
us up.
after the day we done had.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he said they can still hear you,
Okay.
I think.
A lot of times couples enter into a place, like you got the family, you shrink it down to an intimate setting of a couple. A lot of couples enter into a place where they begin to carry around a happy fake face.
But yeah.
The intimacy is dry.
Yeah.
The conversation is bland.
Mm-hmm.
Everything becomes a sensitive, nitpicking situation. How do you feel? Because we've had moments where we got close to that point where, you know, a couple of days go by, maybe a week went by, and we putting on these happy fake faces or whatever the case may be. But just touch on it in any way, aspect, shape, form that you want to, because we are a couple. We have experienced it. I pray we never experience it again. But there are a lot of couples out there who are not, what's the word I want to look for? They are not operating as couples. They're just coexisting.
Putting on happy fake faces.
Putting on happy fake faces. It's a happy face,
Right.
but underneath it is fake.
That could never work for me. Because I've been unhappy long enough. I want to be with you. I want to be happy. I want to live my best life. Life is so short. And we've all been able to realize that we've all lost somebody. I know Derikas can speak on this behalf. In this time, you lose people who are close to you that you thought that COVID could never hit. And it makes you rethink. Am I right? It makes you think. Uh-oh, here.
Yeah, it really does make you think, you know, and I will be honest, like I really wasn't taking this that serious. And I think that sometimes I know a lot of people that haven't really taken it serious until you've lost someone. Either someone has gotten sick, somebody has died from it. And so during this time, it really made you stop and think like, wow, like not just old people, young people, small people, skinny people, like people are dying. And it made me really, really stop. And I mean, I experienced like a few people dying like back to back. And it really made me stop and think like, wow, what's happening here? So it made me start to look at a lot of things differently, even from the way that I've been even responding to life. You know, it made me realize that it's not so far away,
Right.
you know?
Right. And so with me, what I'm starting to realize, and even then before COVID had hit, I just knew that I couldn't sit in an unhappy place. I couldn't pretend anymore because I was doing that, you know, for years of putting on a happy face and smiling, you know, for the cameras and down the red carpets and going on the stage. And, you know, of course, people could tell because of my story and what I would talk about, but I never wore it like in my pictures, and I just was sitting around looking crazy. So I put on a happy fake face for so long. Now, being with you in this marriage, there cannot be any happy fake faces. So I gotta tell you what you're doing to irritate me, or I gotta tell you what you're doing to hurt me. I gotta tell you what you could do to make me feel better in this area and that area, because I have no time for it, especially in this time. We gotta make it work. I was scrolling through Instagram earlier today, and there was a father out who lost his wife. She was pregnant with twins, I think, and she caught COVID towards time for her to deliver, and she passed. The kids lived, and he kind of put a picture with the babies and her, and my heart just dropped because I was like, in that moment, can you imagine? His wife is gone, and he has two other lives that are in this world that won't be able to. Her life is gone. She died giving birth to, and in that moment, I was just like, yo, I have no time for fake stuff. I want to live the rest of my life, the best of my life, with you, with my children, with the business, with my relationships, my friends. I want to live the rest of my life, the best of my life, because life is too short. So if you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage and you're putting on a happy fake face, please stop and fix that, because life is just too short.
As you and Dorigus were talking, man, life is too short. And I believe this, and I'll stand on it. When you put on a fake happy face, you think that you're lying to other people, but you're lying to yourself. You're the one that's in captivity to your truth, and then you become a slave to your lie. You're in captivity to your truth, and you become a slave to your lie. And I refuse to walk around and feel like I can't be the man that God created me to be, to appease somebody else or to, stroke somebody else's ego, because I don't have to be rude in my delivery, but I also have to love myself enough and respect myself enough to be honest about where I'm at, because I only want honest relationships. I would rather spend a holiday with just me and my wife and our kids and both our mamas, because I love them to death. Then I have a house full of people over here, food everywhere, spending all this money, and then come February, I can't depend on you. I can't call you. You badmouth for me, or you doing something to jeopardize my business. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? And when you think of the word merry, jolly, cheer, joy, you can't fake those. We put them on cars. We put them on our stockings. Target keeps hitting you with it every time you turn on Best Buy, every time you turn on Nike clothing, all this. They're hitting you with all this propaganda. But do you really feel it? Do you really carry the love of Christ in your heart? Do you really feel saved? Do you really feel overcome? Do you really feel reborn? Do you feel safe, secure, hopeful? If not, let's get that in check, so that you can enjoy the aroma and the ambiance of what these gatherings are supposed to be about. That's what makes family stronger. But that's not what's happening.
No, it's not. I was shocked the other day because, someone that I know posted something and I knew it wasn't true. And I was like, that is a happy fake face. It caught me off guard. I couldn't even.
But it's Wednesday. I always post it Wednesday at 2 o'clock because that's when I get most of my likes. So I wish I would, man.
I was just like, wait a minute.
That's how it goes, though. So you become a slave. You become captive to your truth and a slave to your lie. Life's too short. You could be gone tomorrow. It's not. It used to be getting hit by a bus. It used to be, cancer. Now you got this COVID and it's mutating from week to week. I think this thing is a ninja. From week to week, it's mutating every week. It made me think about Cat Williams. He was talking about the weed man. He said the weed man would come to him. He said, you know what I gave you last week? He said, that was nothing. That was nothing. This right here. Last week was nothing. This weed I got right here, that's how COVID be. Next week on Monday, you're going to be like, that virus I had last week, that was nothing.
Oh,
but this right here,
the devil
this
is
right
alive.
here,
I want this
you ain't
got
got to get out your bed, Like, that's what we dealing with, man. They playing with us, and life is too short to not be happy. And the greatest sense of happiness that I've experienced is in the freedom of my truth.
Yeah.
When I didn't have money, when I didn't have my wife, when I had nothing, I had my truth. I had who I was as a man. And sometimes that made me have to be in situations where I was alone. Sometimes I was surrounded by more people than I could count. But my truth.
But a lot of people ain't willing to live in their truth. I'm always just shocked when I be like, I know that is not, I know. But you sitting here giving a whole speech to me, and I know.
It's amazing how dead people love to speak life.
No, I'm not even speaking life. You just know the situation, and they be on some, I'm blessed, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm great. You be like,
yo, he just had 2 kids on you. What you mean?
No, it gets deeper than that. You know somebody, and they be sitting up talking like they just won the lotto, and you be like, no, you didn't. I just helped you. I just helped him with his rent. For real, he here talking to everybody like,
you forgot that was me.
You scared? You get scared and be like, am I lying? Or is something
That's that split holiday
But
personality.
that's scary to me because that allows me to believe that you're gonna always have the happy fake face because you don't wanna accept your truth.
If I see somebody constantly operating in a happy fake face, we can never be friends, bruh. I don't trust you because you clearly don't trust yourself. So how can we rock? How can we do business? How can I let you in my home? I can count on one hand how many men I've let in my home. One hand. What was you about to say, Queen?
Don't make me laugh. You ever see somebody you know, and every time you see they post it with a different car that you know don't belong to them, and they be like, yeah, just chilling in Miami. You be like, that ain't even your car, but they be good.
Then I refuse to post my cars.
It's
I'm just different,
it's
bro.
like happy fake face. I think right now I'm just thinking it so much, and I'm like, wait a minute, how are you so? Yes, or no, it just
Yeah.
oh man, I just be like, man, he keep cutting your mic. You got him? You on that?
Hello, okay. It's kind of like sometimes it's so funny. I never really tell people this, but I'm going to say this tonight because y'all kind of push me to say it. But it's kind of like sometimes why I don't have birthday dinners, because sometimes it's like you have a birthday dinner. You really only want to invite the people that you know really, really care for you, but you do know that all the other people are going to be so pissed. They're going to be so mad why they wasn't invited. And you wondering in your mind, like, you really don't even like me, but you so worried about being invited. So you really can't even have a real birthday dinner, invite the people that you really, really want to be there, because you got so many other people that think they're supposed to be there that you didn't invite on purpose, and they're mad. And so you have to alter your events sometimes because
Oh my God.
this kind of stuff.
Oh my
You
God.
throw something and somebody want to invite somebody to your situation. You like, it was already too big when you came through.
Or how about you want me to come to your event knowing that you really don't like me and you just want me there? Like,
Happy fake faces. It happens every Christmas. It happens every Christmas, every Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
What?
That happened a lot in my family, and it ain't even a holiday. Man, I'm serious. Like, it's bad. Like, you have something. Maybe I couldn't make it. It's not that I didn't want to come. I just couldn't make it.
Right.
So now when I'm having something, you're on a borderline of am I going or if I'm not. But if you do choose to go, happy fake face. Now you there. Yeah. It's like I'm only here to see what's going on, but I'm fake smiling, but I'm hating at the same time.
I'm really taking inventory.
Yeah, I'm taking inventory.
Yeah.
I don't listen.
do you think this is something we've learned culturally? Like my family, like honestly, my family is not good right now. But if we had a dinner tomorrow, like everybody
be there.
We got conditioned to put the happy face
Everybody
on
be
the
there.
plantation.
And then we'll leave and slam what you got. Now, you know she shouldn't have brought that macaroni and cheese. That
And he
macaroni
made
and cheese
it to
was
the
dry.
cul-de-sac.
Then she walked up in there and you see her hair. She didn't even get, it's a cycle. It's like juggling. We constantly do it, and it's something that needs to be broken. And I feel like we gotta tie back in that whole Christ-like thing. Like we gotta stop. I went from having I come from a big family, especially on my father's side. And on my grandmother's side, she kept us all together, and my grandmama left, and we all just faded away. So I went from being around so much family to now I spend holidays with just my husband and my mother, his mother, my kids.
And that ain't what we desire.
No.
But here's the thing, though. I'm not dimming my light no more so you don't feel uncomfortable in your darkness. I work hard to burn bright. I work hard to build a family, to rebuild my name in redemption, and build every man and woman that I come across. My name is good. I'm not going to keep bowing down, man, trying to appease people because they feel like they have a right to what I am and who I am and what I've done. Because in my darkest times, man, you wasn't there. You ain't chip in. come in, you leave, bag full, but you don't bring nothing in. I'm done with that, man. And I'm okay. I'm finally okay with not walking in fear that this person gonna leave or this person. Say what you want to say about Kendall, man. My mama told me something back in the day that really stuck with me. She said, your circle of drama, it will never be as big as your circle of influence. The circle of people that's talking about you, son, she said it won't even reach to have impact because God has a bigger calling on your life. And me and my wife, man, we just been sitting back because we've been taking these blows, man. We've been taking these hits. People expect us to jump up there, but you won't jump up there for me. You know what I'm saying? You want us to bow down to your blueprint, but have no desire to even ask us how our blueprint is going.
No, but and guess what? If you ask them why you didn't ask me, there's an excuse for that too. So you got to we're at a place, and I'm suggesting this to anybody that's watching and you're dealing with this same thing with your family members. You have to get to that place where you just allow people to be people. Allow them to be who they are. And begin to I suggest you pray over your family, cover your family, and you suggest therapy for your family. If they call you, introduce them to your counselor. If they call, they call. If they don't, they don't. But that's the only way it's going to get broken because a lot of our families, we were raised up, nobody believed in counseling. In my family. What they used to tell you, Derikas, you better what?
You better pray.
You better pray about it. You better pray about it. But as I got older, I realized that prayer works, but hold up, I need to go sit and I need to talk to somebody. And I can let all this out and I can leave here and not feel so heavy. I know that I can talk to God about it, but I kind of need somebody to talk back. I need to sit with somebody and somebody who's went to school for this or studied for this and have passed these tests that I'm going through and can kind of help me along the way. A lot of times also in families, the person who kind of makes the most money or who's accomplished certain things in their life, that person takes the most hits. Hit after hit after hit after hit because everybody thinks you should fix it.
Here's the thing. You beat the odds and the circumstances and you overcome every statistic, big lip problem, and every obstacle that was set before you, and you climb to the mountaintop and you get there and you want to help people, but what people don't realize is just like how you called me Uncle John, Aunt Jane called me too, and Lil Billy called me too, and Lil Ray called me too. Like Drake said, you ain't the only one trying to be the only one. It becomes too much. It becomes too much.
That's what I said. Do you know I got people that I maybe worked with me years ago, and I hear somebody say they upset with you. I'm like, why? I was like, you don't call them. I'll be like, hell, how? Wow. Here's my thing. I tried to show you an example when you was around me and I loved on you and I respected you. But what happened was there was a piece of your life that was broken and you latched on to me and you felt like I needed to be there at all times. No, I'm on a journey, baby. I'm walking. I got somewhere to go. I got a lot of people to meet. I can't take all of y'all with me, but I can when you're in my presence show you what a light and what a Christian godly woman looks like. That means I'm going to speak to you in a proper way. That means if you need me, I'll be there. While we're doing whatever we're doing, I'm there. But when this season is over for us, don't walk away from me and you've been mad with me for 15 years because I ain't called you. Do you know how many people I've met?
That ain't about calling. It ain't about relationship. It's people looking and seeing something that they want to attain, and instead of putting their hand to the plow, they put their finger to the anointed, and it just happens. It is what it is.
Oh,
Christ said, "Only in His hometown, only in His hometown is a priest with honor." So I want to make sure I summarize this so that this is clearly understood and not misconstrued in any kind of way. We love the holidays.
Yeah.
We have thrown. I can imagine what you did before we met, because I came in your life and I brought the spirit of a budget. I brought the spirit of a mighty budget. So
what I did was what I was trying to buy.
Because I know you would throw some. I've heard about some parties you thrown. I say that to say we have always been willing and open to do the hosting, the setting up, the catering, the decorating, the paying for, the whole 9 yards. But we have reached a place that honesty and sincerity and genuineness means more to us, and we also realize that when it's the right thing, you don't need as much. it's truly about quality over quantity. And so we're not telling you to, you know what, I listen to the Taylor Talk, I ain't going to see my grandma. No, that's not what we're saying. No. What we're saying is be courageous enough and love yourself enough to be able to have whatever honest conversation first with yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not projecting, deflecting, and your expectations aren't realistic or misaligned. Then have the right and needed conversations with the people involved so that when you do come together, it can be a spirit of harmony that's in spirit and truth. That's what we're saying. And we're saying we've done it on both paradigms. When we've been Steve Harvey co-hoster, and we've also spent holidays where we just sat here, just me and my wife, and we had a pretty amazing time.
Because I to back off what you said, he said what he said, and I'm saying.
I like that. That's that disclaimer.
I'm saying if you tried all of that, and you tried, and you tried, and you tried, and you tried, sometimes you just have to let it be.
You have to lose to win. So we can open it up. You know, I want to say one more time, shout out to Facebook. Thank you for giving us the faith to jump and follow the Holy Spirit instead of your algorithm. But you know what? Actually, y'all doing what y'all did. Let us know that Taylor Talk has the bandwidth where we can go as a community and go somewhere else and continue to grow and learn together. So we're not mad at you, Facebook. We just playing with you. We really thank you because you really just let us know it's time to go, because God closes the doors that no man can open. And when you close the door, it forces us to go left. And so left is where the Father is, and that's the only place we want to be. So
come on, son. You trying to preach this sermon or what?
I would never be a preacher.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. Oh, God.
I get into that whole thing. Y'all.
Oh, no, let's go. Any questions? Open it up.
Yo, I got asked to come and speak somewhere one time, and I was the only person who was not a preacher, pastor, bishop, whatever the case may be. And I appreciate, the gentleman who invited me because he fully understood. And another person had asked me, did I want to go through the process of becoming ordained before I spoke? And I said, you show me in the scripture why I have to be ordained, and I will do it.
Hey, I look at it like this. Christ was different from them all. Christ was in places they just, they couldn't believe he was. So I believe he's raising up a new generation. Yeah.
And we go by the scriptures, not, what do they say, nothing's more powerful than man's needless traditions. Some of these things are traditions, and I get it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nah.
Different time, different generation. Facts. And we kept breaking through this whole religion thing. I see people, I've heard people, they used to say it to me on stage, how can you love God and you da-da-da-da. I'm like, wow, so many.
This is ministry.
Yeah, but we live in a world where there's so many, what's the word I'm looking for? Go ahead, you got it? What you know what I'm looking for?
It's hypocrites.
Judging and hypocrite, yeah.
Because they judging, telling you how you supposed to do it, but let me come in your house for a minute. Let me set up a camera for a week.
This is my thing. Rock. If you are still full of confusion and sowing discord, and if you can get off your phone and talk about people, you're no more of a woman of God than I am.
Get that plank out your eye for you talk about my splinter.
Sweep around your own brand. Okay, come on, babe. We gotta stop that. Come on, D. What you got?
Derricus.
Okay.
That is my microphone, by the way, and I want it back.
It's my microphone right now. I don't want it back.
Oh, Kendall have it? Okay.
So I'm going to jokingly.
I don't know.
Oh, it's all good. This ain't got no lipstick on it. I was like, okay.
He got my mic now. I gave it to him. Okay, go ahead.
This first question is pertaining to you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to jokingly ask this first question, and I think y'all will get the point. So, okay, you brought me something to eat. Okay, you paid for dinner one time. All right, you got my head. How much do you owe somebody for doing something for you? You know, it's just kind of like somebody do. It's like you owe people your life for just how much do I have to pay you to get out of this?
And that's the sad part, because if I love you, you don't owe me anything, right? Like, you don't owe me anything. And those are people who are doing things and they have an agenda. And you got to watch that. I'm careful now who I let do something for me. I'll be like, you know what, I'm straight.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Have you really ever
They
had
be
somebody do
insistent
something
too.
for
No,
you?
no,
You're
no,
like,
I can't.
wish. You're like, I wish
Especially
they had
be
done it.
careful for the ones that come to you and the first thing they say is, God told me to. It's like, you don't even know me. Now, why would God send you to do every week? God sending you to do something for me. Come on now. Are you doing something for me and I try to pay you and you say, God told me to give it to you. Watch those kind of people. Because next month, next year, they're going to be going around telling people you don't pay them.
God told me you're supposed to pay me back.
I'm for real. I ran into that situation before. And it made my blood boil.
Oh, no, man, nothing but love.
So you don't pay
And,
you. I'm like,
you know-
do you know how much? I can show you the checkbook. We had to insist. Because I don't take nothing from nobody for free. Because ain't nothing for free.
You know how I get down. You shall be paid. Everybody know Kendall Taylor knows that you shall be paid. Because they try, I say it all the time. You be like, babe, I'll say, what was we talking about the other day without saying the name? It's just, we talking about something the other day and you was like, no. I said, no, we're going to pay them. It was.
You sure you talking to me? Because, you know, I'm the.
If it ain't you, you got a fine twin out here.
Hey.
She hell.
That's funny because I want to say it was a release party at Label. Is that the one you set up? Christmas. Was that Christmas? Might have been Christmas. But anyway, you know, I DJ'd. So Kendall comes up. He's like, nice, I got to take care of you. I was like, no, you don't. Bruh, I got to take care of you. I said, bruh, no, you don't. Bruh, I got to take care of you. I said, Kendall, where's sis at? She in the car. Well, go to the car, man. Like, we good. Man, you sure, man? I said, bruh, we're good, bro. Like, but I get it. Because, like you say, somebody will walk around and be like, man, I did this event for them, man, and they just was like, duck me out or something.
They'll be quick to do that.
Yeah.
So I just be like, you know, nah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm going to go, that's insurance. I'd rather pay my insurance so you can, because people want to guilt trip you, and I like to step over that. So when somebody does something for me, I either I tip big or I'm going to throw something, I don't care what it is, because I don't ever want it to come back because people assume, not even knowing our real condition or whatever, but people assume that we are a certain way and we move a certain way, and we hate that because that's the opposite of who we are. But it's like I also, and my wife saying, well, we have to protect ourselves at the same time, and sometimes you just have to put up that fence of insurance and pay it so nobody can lord
Pretty
anything
much.
over your head.
You have to know who your people are. And for me, like, I know my people. Like, one thing about it, two things for sure. That man right there behind that camera, he has always taken good care of me. But he knows for a fact that I got his back. I don't care what it is.
Can I cash out tonight? I mean, you know, Chris. Nice, you ain't got the ching ching. The ching. Money, 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 money.
Let me cash in on that joy box you slid out there.
No, go ahead and finish.
Oh, no, I'm straight. Yeah, I got you there.
And that ain't no fake face.
That ain't no happy face, baby.
See what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
Don't make me laugh.
What you got, Derrickis?
Do you feel like we as a people, speaking of fake faces, do you feel like we as a people force people to be fake? They've already showed you who they are. They already didn't answer their phone. They already did this, but you still invite them to the dinner. You still invite them to your birthday party. You still invite them to the wedding. And they kind of really showed you that they really didn't want to come.
Those are called people pleasers. And that's something I used to be. I want you to like me so much. I want to prove to you that I'm a good person. I want to prove to you I'm a good heart. You've shown me this way, and it's not sitting well with me because everybody likes me. So I'm going to keep trying and keep pulling and keep coming. And then you become a people pleaser. So, yeah, I think people do that a lot. I used to do that. I knew for a fact, like, they don't rock with me. And I'd be like, why is it that when I'm around them, they da-da-da-da-da-da? Or I could see somebody and I could tell they don't want to be bothered with me, and I go over and start this whole conversation. Now I'm to the point where I'm like, I'm going to speak and I'm going to move because you probably don't want to be bothered. I can tell you don't want to be bothered. But that used to be something I used to do. I think people do that because they want the validation. They want to feel validated. They want to feel liked. They want to feel, so they just keep going. You're a people pleaser, and you're really hurting yourself.
You want a crowd. You want a full table.
Yeah.
I've never been that way. Like,
Well, I didn't want a full
Yeah,
table and a crowd,
yeah.
but I just wanted, I don't know, I just wanted everybody to like feel the love. Like, I like you. Why not like me? I haven't done nothing to you. Like, what's the matter? You know what I mean?
see, for me, I never cared about being liked. You know what I mean? For me, it was, I want to make sure when we encountered it, you feel like, yo, that was a man. You know, I wanted to be respected for my intellect, and manhood has always been important to me. I to this day, I'm cool with the light thing because I get it, because I know it's fleeting. It's really about, sometimes you liking me is not about me as a person. It's about where you are right now during this encounter. I can't be responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? But respect lasts. No matter what you go do with your life, even how you feel about me, you still gonna respect me. You may not like me. You may not like the fact I didn't do the deal with you. You may not like the fact that I fired you. But you still gonna respect me. And we've had people that we've had to let go, but at the end of the day, they still got respect for me. That's all I really care about. The whole liking thing, I don't put no stock in it. Love and respect, those are the two that kind of
I'm
the
with you. I'm on the
axis that I
same.
swing.
I left that boat and came over here because I got burnt out. I got so burnt out to now I do meet people that I be like, oh, they might be cool, they might be good, but I don't got it. You should have caught me.
Should have called me before I turned 40, man, because I'm trying to make more time for the friends I got now. I don't.
What about your friend?
And people hit me all the, you know, and I get it, man. I really do, and I try my best to do what I can do. But I just hope the understanding is, like you said, it's impossible.
Yes,
it's impossible for me to mentor everybody and walk with every brother. And that's why I'm working on Salute first, because I need some help. Like, I'm one man. And I'm still a kid at heart who never had his father who's looking for mentoring. You know what I'm saying? But I keep being in a situation where I end up mentoring the mentor. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's impossible, man. But I ain't trying to owe nobody nothing.
Do you guys feel like, and this is a really, 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 really serious question. I think about times that we've come from, and I think about where we are now. Do you feel like because of social media that fake is the new normal?
Yeah. I feel like it's gotten worse. The fake stuff been around. Like Ken said, we've been being fake since the slavery days. Such and such ain't like such and such. You know what I mean? It's been around, but now it's just put on blast. It's put on blast, and it's just everywhere.
Because it's like fake gets you more comments, likes, even fake tragedy. Even, you know what I mean? Fake tragedy even get you, like, people will fake out tragedy.
Yeah, what was the lady who faked like she got kidnapped, and they roasted her for that? She faked like she got kidnapped or something for the whoop-de-whoop. Now, if y'all haven't watched The Matrix in a while, the holidays coming up, you got some time off, I encourage you to do it. I'm a big sci-fi guy. It is what it is, but you got to get it. Sometimes you could scroll, if you got an iPhone, I don't know about Android, you can scroll over. They got a widget that will show you how you're spending your time on your phone. It'll show you how much time, how many hours that you spent on social media compared to productive things. It would be alarming for some people to look at the amount of time that they invest watching other people live. And so we enjoy being in that matrix of social media because, like I was saying in one of our talks, in there you got superpowers. You can always do the super quote. You can manage your emotions in a quote. You can make sure your filter is right. You can change the background. I'll be laughing at them commercials. I don't know if it was Target or somebody, but the chick had her little brother blowing her hair, and she had this little backdrop in the back, making herself look like she was at Tahiti. You know, and then it zoomed off, and he was just like, yo, you so lame for this. But that's what we do. Everybody wants to look like they have made it, but everybody out here waiting on that stimulus check.
Men can be riding in the car sometimes, and I just zone out because I've seen so much. I've seen a lot, and I just be like, Cam, what is this? Like, we live in a, what is it? What do we call it now?
What do we call it? True story. My niece called me and she asked me, she wanted a haircut for her birthday and everything. And I was like, oh, sure, we do a haircut. You sure you want this? Yeah, we talked about this haircut. She came, she sat down in my chair. I started cutting her hair. She started busting out crying. And I'm like, did you not? She's like, yeah. She took out her phone. She went to social media and she turned on her live and she's crying. And I'm sitting here like, are you serious? I mean, she's boohooing, crying, like just carrying on. And, when she get done, she's like, this what you got to do. This what gets the people, this what builds the social media. I mean, she just went right into it.
It's
she went right into it.
It's like, which is sad because it feels like people celebrate sorrow. Like, when I always say, like, if something happens to one of my close loved ones, like my children or Lord, I don't know what I would do without my mother. I just don't look for me to be on nothing for like a while. Please don't even call me because I'm probably not gonna pick up. Cause I gotta figure out how to do it. I need help. My husband's gonna have to pick me up, like, and thank God nothing's gonna happen to my mother. She will live to see my mother look good. My mama fly. She keep herself up. Thank you, Jesus.
Diane be tipping.
I always tell my mama, like, Mom, you look good. You gonna be, whenever she call me and start saying crazy stuff, I'll be like, girl, we don't talk about stuff like that because it's the truth. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. So don't expect for me to be on social media because I know social media can't help me. I know. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to be upset with you if you don't call and check on me because I'm not going to answer. I got to figure it out. Like when we lost my grandmama, like that was a time for me where I had to just look at my mother and I just had to pray for my mother. Like my mother was lost. My mother was at the cemetery like every day, and I didn't know how to help her. I didn't know, like, she lost her mother. And so I'm just saying, like, a lot of times we take that stuff and we, like, want to use it for, like, gain. And that's, what do we call this that we live in now? Happy fake faces.
Man, you got to live your life as if you woke up tomorrow. Not only had you lost your followers, but you had been banned from social media altogether. What would you do? What would motivate you? Because some of us get up and our motivation is to see what's going on, to do another post. Then you're alive, but you ain't living. You're alive, but you're not living. And I refuse to spend the days that God has given me worrying about. I did a story today, right? Another thing about KT, I don't be posting something just for nobody to be like it, because most of my stuff probably gonna step on toes, or it's gonna call men up to a higher standard. I did a post today. I said I can look at your social media page and see how many people you're following, and I can determine whether you're a true leader or not. I see brothers, man, who following 10,000 people. What? Like, I'm not concerned with what 10,000 people are doing. If they do something of impact, it'll get to me. I follow things that move me, my family, my circle. I have this thing. I don't want my follower, and this is me. This is me. Okay, I'm just talking about me. I don't want my follow. I don't want who I'm following to get above 100. Because I'm reaching at that point. But if a man or woman does something that's of great impact, it'll make it to my timeline. It'll make it to me. But I don't care what you're doing on a daily basis. I don't care. Even the people I'm following, I don't care what you're doing on a daily basis. I just want to be able to check in and see what's going on. But whatever, let's just pick on Jay because he's a businessman. I don't care because he don't have a social page. I don't care what Jay-Z's doing every day. I care about the big moves he does on a fiscal calendar.
Yeah.
I don't care what Barack Obama has to say every single day, but I do want to know when he says something that's going to move the needle, impact my family, impact the culture. When you following thousands of people, you're that concerned with though that many people are doing every single day.
Most of it is negativity too. So it's like negative stuff is kind of selling.
What are you doing?
Have you anybody in this room? Be honest. You got any friends that every time you look at a post, are you on the what you call it, hot topic page? Is that what you call it, hot topic? And you see one of your good friends on everybody's picture, and you're like, how did you have time in a day? And some of my friends are true hustlers, and I'll be like, are you hustling and just like it? Like, I don't know, what do we call this? What do we call this that we live in?
How do you have that much time if you're not retired, if you don't have several different streams of income, if you don't have your body the way you want to have your body, if you haven't spent all the time with your family and your children that you want to spend, you're giving the best fruit of your life to people who don't care about you.
Do you guys feel like we lived, like life was like, how can I say this? Life was more adventurous and fun when we didn't have like all the social media sites. It was, because it made us get out and go see certain. You
had to go live life. Now you can just okay, Tokyo, Israel.
Yeah.
Bahamas. So same thing with music. It's
Yeah,
not
it changed.
appreciated
It don't-
no
yeah, you
more.
can't
You the only way you used to be able to see an artist is when Video Soul came on, Rap City the Basement,
Yeah.
MTV MTV Jams or something, or a concert. That's why you would pay $20 for their album and read everything in the booklet, because that's all you got. Now it's like, well, what Fantasia doing today?
Yeah.
Where her kids at? You ain't used to be able to see somebody's family. You ain't used to be in somebody's private life, so we don't appreciate it no more because we have an insatiable appetite, and what you did yesterday don't work no more. One of the things that concern me for my grandsons is I can't go through my feed, not my feed, but the feed, not the timeline, whatever. I'm prime example.
IG.
Yeah.
Like the stories.
It's so much twerking, naked, whoop the whoop the whoop. Boom, cool.
It is a lot of
What are they going to be doing by the time Cohen and Kanye looking for a good wife? Because you literally ain't hiding nothing no more.
It is a lot of twerking now on there.
It's like it's out of control. There's no standard. There's no threshold where, okay, that's enough. And TV and stuff don't censor nothing no more.
No.
You used to have to stay up late night to see Real Sex on HBO to see some stuff you can see on Instagram right now. And he can get an account. What's up, Dallas? That's my concern. There's no restriction to where these kids can have a chance to just come into their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the people have no filter. Like I personally, and everybody, to each his own, but I could not go under your page, put something just nasty with my name attached to it in that comment. It's like people don't care. Like people will go under your page.
Well, I think it's the new thing now. I think it's the new thing. Like it's the new hype. Our family picture. Somebody brought it to my attention that somebody went up on the family picture and was like, that little girl dressed too short. And I was like, well, she's not a little girl. She's just little. She's a grown woman now. But that type of attention can take away from the picture. And what happens is you get a bunch of new people arguing and fussing and fighting with you, tap into your page. And whether they're coming in to show you good love or bad, you getting followers. I think that's just the new thing. Like we could be doing this live right now and somebody can come on and say something negative, and then what happens is everybody's like, you don't know them. Everybody starts fighting, and then you miss the conversation. I think that's just the new thing.
It's like I care too much about I would be so embarrassed for somebody to see like, oh my God, I don't like that. You gotta. I just could not. I couldn't fathom in my mind my clients even seeing my name beside a negative comment that I left. I couldn't even sleep at night knowing that I left a negative comment.
But I think that says something about you, and I'm gonna tell you what it says about you. It says that you're not looking for validation from anybody else. You're validated. You know that you're loved. You're a king's kid. You're happy. You're at peace. You have joy, and you don't need that type of attention because you're getting all of the things that you need. You see what I'm saying? So when I see things like that, I just always be like, oh, they probably don't have.
Another measuring rod is also not saying something negative up under somebody else's joint, or even responding when somebody says something negative up under yours.
Yeah.
I'm not great giving nobody the satisfaction that Kendall came down off his chair to let you know I seen what you said and I'm gonna interact
But
with
it's
you.
not gonna change, because it's not gonna change anything.
I don't know this. Like, what
Yeah.
have you suffered and sacrificed and endured like I have to where your opinion is worth me considering as a dig? You know what I'm saying?
But again, remember, it's not even like an opinion thing now. It's like the new thing.
It's just
like,
let me just take
yeah, like,
see,
let me
back in the
just
day,
take
you
a
used to get
shot.
punched in your face. I'm
It
just
ain't
keeping it
even-
G.
But that ain't
Like,
even worth it now. You be like, man.
that's another thing too. I be watching a lot of these shows and stuff. Cats be with the rah because people will sue you real quick. But man, back in the day, man, somebody be done sent you to the dentist and you was a little more timid, a little more careful about coming out your mouth sideways and doing certain things. But somebody be sitting on the other side of the country and they be quick to twiddle them thumbs. And cats from my era, I'm not.
It doesn't matter.
I ain't got that kind of happy fake face. I got that happy swift left.
Hey, look, just keep putting on your happy fake face, and what
And it's
we
Q
do
Q and A
is
go any kind of way. Like we I think
put on a happy fake face.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
My baby be happy.
Harry D, because Mama gotta go to the restroom.
This is my last one.
I know you home.
We talked about the holidays, and we talked about dinner. We talked about COVID. We've had a lot of discussion tonight. I went back and I pulled these lyrics out of an old song. No, it's not. It's not a trick. It's not a trick. It's an old song that it kind of came to my attention, and these words meant something to me today than they ever meant before. And I knew this song, and I just want both of you to kind of tell, just to end this and going into the Christmas holidays, what these words mean to you. And this is an old song. It says, "It could have been me, outdoors, no food, no home, no clothes, all left alone without a friend, or just another number with a tragic end. But God, you didn't see fit to let none of these things be. But every day for your power, you keep on blessing me. I just want to say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me."
I think you just said it. Yeah, you just said it. I mean,
You know, when I heard these words, I thought about like COVID hits so close sometimes. I thought this could have been me.
yeah.
When COVID first started, like financially, I thought, man, this could have been me. You know, I saw so many people closing down their business and people going without. There's not a time I thought like I was so far from this. So many times I really, this song came to my head like, this might be me. This could be me. But for some reason, God didn't see fit, you know.
Like 2020 has undoubtedly been one of the most challenging years for the world. Not just our culture or our country, but for the planet. And I was always taught that be careful how you exit a thing because it will define how you enter the next. And as we exit 2020, keeping all of this in mind, the lyrics to that song, everything that we've been through, all the lives that were lost, I think it's very important that we approach the holiday season, we approach the end of this calendar year, putting away those happy fake faces and being authentic with the people that we have in our corner, that we have in our life. Not holding people to this expectation of perfection, but loving people for who they are, where they are, and continue to work on ourselves. You know, hurt people. And so when I see so much hurt going on, that's hurt people. Like we got to be responsible for our healing, for our own personal growth, and for our personal development, and not put that on anybody else. And I think if we all really focused on trying to be the best version of ourselves instead of trying to mask our flaws by pointing out and pouring salt and alcohol on somebody else's, thinking that that's going to make us feel better about our secretive things, I think that we could slowly start to become better as a nation and as a people, and especially as a culture, if we put a demand on ourselves to be the best that we can be every day. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah, let's stop putting on happy fake faces. Live in your truth.
I don't want you to have no happy fake face, so I want to feed you something good tonight. I want to see all them teeth.
I just need to go and excuse myself because, yeah.
Let's pray and get out of here.
Okay.
Okay. You got such a cute voice.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, brothers, for tonight. We had some huge difficulties.
Yeah.
You know, they really tried to, but
Baby.
appreciate y'all.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Well, Father, thank you for this evening. Thank you for the opportunity because it could not have happened at all. We hope in the midst of everything that we said that the sincerity of the message was captured and that it's not tangled and twisted in any other way where your glory will be prevented. Allow us to walk in love. Allow us to walk in truth. And pray for humanity, Father, that we could heal in that way that you could come in and do what only you can do, to heal the land, to heal our blood, to heal the entire country as a whole, Father, from all the unrest and the violence and the turbulence. So, Father, just please, Father, we humbly ask you to move on behalf of the globe so that we can at least be mindful of what this holiday season is about so we don't miss the true gift that should be up under everybody's tree, which is salvation that you made free to us all. We love you, we honor you, and we continue to give this show back to you in your hands to have your will. In the name of Yeshua, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, nice. You do it, and I'll be back. You do it, but I'll be back. You do it.